back to Chicago. We're, got bright, beautiful sunshine once again. We're on Tuesday, 2 days in a row here. We're pushing 60, maybe we're like upper 50s. I don't think it's quite as warm as yesterday, but it feels much warmer now than it did this morning. And so thanks for everybody that tuned in on the TikTok this morning. I'm always overwhelmed when so many people tune in just to watch me walk by the bean. It seems like everything peaks. That's why I cut out that footage, because some people were asking about the status of the Christmas tree there in Millennium Park, so I posted that to TikTok along with the bean. I think people will enjoy seeing the construction status of the bean there. It looks like there's duct tape on the bottom of the bean there. It's always funny. Chris, thanks for tuning in. Yeah, thanks for... I know I'm a little later today. I couldn't get out of the office right at noon. It's always so much going on. I need to calm down here. But hey, Anita, thanks for tuning in. Amber, Chris, thanks for being on. Yeah, so since today's Tuesday, and I've been checking the free schedule for the free museums, I saw the Museum of Contemporary Art on Tuesdays has a free day. And we don't often get over to the Museum of Contemporary Art, which is completely different than the Museum of, or the Art Institute. Amber, Scholler, Michael, thanks for tuning in, yeah. And so I figured we'd head up through Streeterville. I won't have much time to spend in the Museum of Contemporary Art, but it's not that large of a museum. I just want to do a walk there, maybe spend about 15-20 minutes in the museum, if that. Number two, I don't know if they're going to let me film in there. So if they don't let me film in the Museum of Contemporary Art, just like the Art Institute, we'll go to the hospitals or something, or walk by the water tower. But I'm going to try to get you inside of the Museum of Contemporary Art just to give an overview for the YouTube land here that museum exists. And you know, I've been to it before. I don't often go to it here. We'll go by the Blackhawks store. We can walk up St. Clair. We'll go a different way. We won't go up Michigan Avenue. We'll walk north on St. Clair, see what it looks like on YouTube. Thanks for being on, everybody. I really appreciate. Thanks everybody that gave the little super stickers yesterday. I forgot about those things. I kept seeing, like, you know, Tara and thanks, the horns blaring in my ear. You know, May and Michael and other people bought those super stickers, and I was like, what is this? I forgot that they have those in YouTube. I don't expect anybody to buy them, and I appreciate it. You know, I thought we were talking about subscriptions, which I don't expect anybody in the lunch bunch to do that either. But thanks for everybody that contributed it, and I really appreciate it. It's like supporting quality broadcasting. That's what I joke about, like the PBS analogy. But thanks everybody for your attention, and we'll just head up here over lunch. Yeah, YouTube takes 30%. I know they take a cut, and so does TikTok. They all do. And thanks for pointing that out. And that's why we got the the PayPal on there. Not that I expect that either, but other people have used as an option, and then we can bypass all those fees. So, but thanks again, and I appreciate it. And hey, K Mono, Angel, Dolores, yeah, Tara, thanks for being on here. I'll show you some great views of the Wrigley Building, the Tribune Tower. You know, we see this all the time. You guys are the regulars there. I'll show you the Chicago River with the great St. Regis there. And yeah, we'll head up to the Museum of Contemporary Art. I think they have free days on Tuesday. I'll probably try to do something similar that we did when we went into the Fed Museum, where I'll put the phone in my pocket and I'll show them my state ID, see if we get in for free, and then I'll have to quickly judge, put the phone back on the gimbal, and see if they'll let me film in there. And if not, I'll probably hold it like with the shaky hand. Sometimes they just don't like the gimbal, you know, because they think I'm a professional photographer, which I try to be. I play one on TV, but You know, this is not my main profession, as everybody knows. Here, look at the Christmas tree. Here's the Christmas tree here in Pioneer Plaza. That's what they call this. This is in front of the Wrigley and the Tribune. We saw, you know, we got a preview of this lit up. I was able to film it that one night with the lights, but they didn't have it on last night. And yeah, they're staring into the sun. They're looking at the nice view here. But it's hard for me to film to the south, so I'll film to the north and we'll show the Tribune. Yeah, art museums are tricky. I'm not trying to do anything against the law. I'm just, I might just give you a brief overview of the Museum of Contemporary Art, show you the entryway, and if they let me in, we'll just do a really quick overview of the whole thing. Look at that. Look how you see the whole plaza, and you can really see the Wrigley building in all its glory right there. But it gives me an excuse to walk through Streeterville. Here comes the pigeons. We're getting attacked by the pigeons here. Here, we'll go by the Museum of Ice Cream. We often talk about this, and this nice little pathway that leads you over to the NBC Tower. And Maryland, how's it going? Thanks everybody for tuning in. We got these rocks here. But Sarah told me we had some of the New York live streamers were tuning in this morning, which I was humbled and amazed about that. Even like Kenny with the rats. I think he wants to come to Chicago and check out the rat scene here. So I have no idea how that's going to play out. But you know, I've been watching those guys for over a year now, and it was great to have so many people tuning in for the little walk into the loop this morning. And it probably helps out filming the sunrise, gets people on there early to catch the sunrise. I appreciate if you caught that. Here, look, they got the Cesar's Tacos. How's it going? And so if we head up this way, we'll say hello to Brandon, and we'll head up St. Clair. It's got such a nice view to the John Hancock when you head north on St. Clair. I know the rats. I know. Me either. You know, like I said, there's somebody on TikTok that just, I often joke it's on a loop. I don't even think it's live. And if it's live, good for them. But they're just walking through the woods. They're just walking through the woods like the Blair Witch Project with like a soundtrack, and like thousands of people will tune in to watch that, and they don't even talk. And then you got the people doing the little dance where you give them a gift and they say the robotic automated response, and people just love that, you know, and people are really good at it that do it, but I don't get that either. It's like a generation gap or something. And it goes with, like, I don't know, gaming or anime or cosplay and all that stuff, and you know, then it's just but I'm sure they don't understand what we're trying to do here either. That's fine. Different strokes for different folks. Who am I to judge? You know, but look at this. See, if you look up St. Clair, you got this great view looking straight north here, and we got the glare on the building. So we'll head straight down. What time we got? 12:16. I didn't start right on time, so we got time to get up to the Museum of Contemporary Art. Sometimes I go up north on St. Clair. I probably need to do it more often in the evenings and at night, because you got this amazing vista straight north to the John Hancock. And if I get out in the street, it's actually better to get in front of this mail truck, make sure no one's coming away. We got to get away from the trees here. But look at that view straight north of St. Clair. We're in Streeterville, just one block east of Michigan Avenue. And we'll go by Volare, this nice Italian restaurant. I need to point this out more often. But hey, wasn't it nice seeing Michael? We saw Michael in front of the cosmetics store there, the Bravco, and that was a surprise. I think Michael tried to contact me before. He goes, you know, don't forget to promote our store. We're different. We're a mom and pop store. We're not like all these chains, because I always joke about the high-end fashionista stores there on Oak Street that I walk by, and how they're so expensive, and why am I promoting this stuff? But you know, they've been there for 45 years, and I'm like, this is perfect. And then I forgot about it, and he was yelling at me across the street, and I was like, oh yeah, this is Bravco. And so then I tried to make that nice sequence there to kind of show it off, and then I wanted to talk about the smash and grabs here at the end, so hopefully it made sense. I don't know, but that's good. Yeah, but yeah, say hello to Brandon. It's great. But here we are. We're heading north on St. Clair, and I made a conscious decision not to cut out the footage out of respect for the fallen firemen. I did want to film live. We went by the site of the where the tragic fire was yesterday up there on Lincoln Avenue, where the Lincoln Station fire was, and a Chicago firefighter tragically lost his life there. I think his name was Andrew Price. Was that his name? And thanks for looking that up and helping out with that. And you know, out of respect to the family, there's no reason for me to make a TikTok about that, but I wanted to show that I went up there to check out the scene, and you could still smell the smoke from the fire that happened earlier yesterday morning there. And yeah, Denise and Annette. Yeah, thanks, Denise. So this is the end of Chicago. For over a year now, this has been housing some of the migrants, and I think they're going to phase this out. And there's talk of the other places. Maybe that's one of the reasons I don't walk up this street too much. Sometimes it gets really crowded here with people, you know, living here temporarily, gathering out in the streets. If you just joined, we're in Chicago, we're in Streeterville, we're heading north here. There's the view straight north to the John Hancock. And we're up about Ontario and St. Clair here in Streeterville, Chicago. We got the light here. Hey, the Arts Club of Chicago. I forgot about the Arts Club. There's the Arts Club of Chicago. It's right over there. I went there with an architect once, a landscape architect, to pick up a model, a architectural model. Hey, the Capitol Grill. Look at the lions. The lions are looking nice. There's the curfew. You can go to curfew at St. Clair, Hotel St. Clair. Look how that density of all those buildings there, the Olympia Center with the John Hancock, and then even the top of where the Ritz-Carlton is there. And then we got some of this other stuff here. Yeah, there's another hotel. They're looking into another hotel. Yeah, for housing the migrants that's nearby. It's just off of Michigan Avenue. And they were also looking at that Museum of Broadcast as an option too. And I was talking about that this morning. So yeah, this crisis will persist. It's interesting to see what happens. So I'll keep you posted if I see anything here. Look at this. You got the skywalk. It's just a wall of buildings. It's almost like Petra, you know. It's this wall of buildings as you head north on St. Clair, and it you know, it gets you to Superior, and you can't go any further north because you literally hit that wall of buildings, and then that's where Gino's East is. And I'll point out Gino's East when we go by, and then we'll walk underneath the hospitals, and we'll pop right out the Museum of Contemporary Art there, which is in that little gap in the buildings. There's like a park there, and maybe since it's such a nice day, maybe we'll just explore that park. You know, great sunny day here. We'll take advantage of that. Hey, you got ramen, tall boy taco, the family pavilion. There's a taco truck over there, I think. No, it's jerk chicken. That's jerk chicken. That's Jamaican jerk chicken. That's why that's a green truck. Look at that. Yeah, this is Jamaican jerk. Angel, how's it going? Yeah. Dolores, let's see, look at that. Yeah, get some Jamaican jerk cuisine. Irie. That's great. So here we're at St. Clair and Huron. There's the Allerton Tip Top Tap. So Michigan Avenue is just a block that way. The lake's that way. There's all Northwestern Hospital and yeah. Yeah, 200,000 vacant residencies. Yeah, you're right. I agree. And especially for wintertime, we can house people and we can handle this. I'm with you, Chris. And that's why, you know, I think Chicago, we can absorb this. We're a city of immigrants, and you know, it should be the Seward, and then if it gets people out from sleeping in tents in the wintertime, temporarily, this is a temporary solution just to get people through the winter. But we can talk about it more freely here. I won't touch it with the 10-foot pole on TikTok, because Chris knows what we deal with on that platform. And here, see, there's the Geno's East Chicago Hotel Collection. We got the Gotham Bagels. I'm not going to go this way. I'm just going to film Geno's East. And there's a comedy club here. Brandon was talking about that. I guess Geno's East has a live stand-up comedy above there. But we got a TikTok on Geno's East. There's the comedy bar right there. And then there's the barista bar. And there's looking south on St. Clair. You can look all the way back to the Let our spirits move you to a successful career. Yeah, there you go. Look at that loading dock area. And so we'll head over here towards this is the backside of the Children's Research Institute. And we'll walk. Look how they got these little window displays along, and they're low enough so that the kids can see them too. Isn't that nice? Yeah. TikTok, I know. Yeah, thanks, Tara. Thanks for yeah, we know TikTok is not reliable. All their talk about community guidelines and a protective, you know, you look at what they allow. They pretty much like almost encourage bullying, you know. It's like, I think they like, you know, they want to, who knows what the true motives of what the algorithm pushes and doesn't. We don't control the algorithm. They have all total control over what content gets pushed, when content doesn't. We've seen that. You've seen it with your own eyes. Sometimes I'll do a live stream and we'll get 60 people in there because they won't push it. And then like yesterday morning and today, they pushed it for some reason. We got over 1,000. I'm the same guy streaming the same time, you know, and it shows you something. It's like a knob they can turn. They could turn on. They could open up the floodgates, or they could constrain it. And here, I'll go just inside here. Here's the main entrance for the Children's Museum, and I won't stay in here because the security probably doesn't want me here. But there's the whales there. Look how nice that is. And see, they got the potbelly right here. People are gathering. This is the Lurie Children's Museum here, and I'll just head right back out because the security's looking at me right there. The security's right there, and I'm sure they don't want live streamers in there because it's a children's hospital, and I don't blame them. And that's not my intention for this walk, to go through there. I did go through there one morning. I went up to the second level. There's like a aquarium, and Brandon was on that live, and he goes, yeah, don't go any further, because he works in these hospitals. And I want to respect HIPAA laws and the privacy of families with their children going in that hospital. But here we are. So this is the Museum of Contemporary Art here in Chicago. You see how we're behind the water tower. There's the Park Hyatt, Michigan Avenue. We just missed the light. See, here's the Ann Roberts Lurie Children's Hospital, Chicago. Last night when I walked up Lincoln Avenue, we went by the former site of the Children's Hospital. It used to be in Lincoln Park, and that's where that housing is, where that lit up trellis is, just south of Fullerton on Lincoln. And people asked, they said, well, where's the Children's Hospital now? And this is where the Children's Hospital is now, that they moved from Lincoln Park. They built this skyscraper hospital. It's like 20 stories tall, and it's right across from the Museum of Contemporary Art in Chicago here. And so let's scope this out. Let me go up here, and yeah, here's what I'm gonna do. So similar to, I'll go up the stairs here. Similar to what I did when we went to the Fed Museum. I'm gonna put my phone in my pocket. I'll keep you on the live, so it'll go dark for a second, or for a minute, and hopefully I won't be a long wait I'll show my ID, see if I can get in there, and then I'll pull the phone back out of my pocket, and we'll try to see if they allow me to film with the gimbal or not. And I don't know. Here, we'll head up the stairs here. I'll give you the nice view here we got here. Heading up the rocky steps here on the Museum of Contemporary Art. And I'll go up to the front desk here, show my ID. So hold on 1 minute, soak in this view. You see the One Chicago Tower. Here's the Park Hyatt, looking towards the Water Tower Place and the Olympia Center here. So hold on 1 second. I'm going to turn off the gimbal here. We're going to put the phone in my pocket here, and then we'll see how this goes. So, hey, I don't know if you can still hear me. I'm going inside this museum here. We're gonna show my ID. I'm just gonna be here for like 15 minutes.
Oh, what's your phone?
60614. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. That's great. We got a badge. Good. Okay, good. So we're inside here. So hold on 1 second here. There. So here we are inside the Museum of Contemporary Art. That was pretty easy. There was nobody in line. And let me give this a try here. So I'm going to give us a brief overview here. Let me see if I can hold on 1 second here. There we go. We're going sideways. Now we're going to go back. Okay, good. So thanks for staying on there. Yeah, the pocket. Thanks. So sorry I had to put you in the pocket there, but we'll give this a try. And I'll give you a brief overview here of the Museum of Contemporary Art. We'll walk straight to the back here. And there's no food or drinks. There are selling food and drinks. You see how they got several galleries here. This is a very modernist building, as you would imagine, for a Museum of Contemporary Art. Look at the nice, oh, look at all this nice chandeliers, and they got the nice seating back here. This is the Commons. They call this the Commons. They got, you can go back on this veranda. Let's do this real quick here while we're in here, and then I'll be able to orient everybody here. So yeah, welcome to Chicago. Welcome to the back veranda here on the Museum of Contemporary Art. See the Museum of Contemporary Art, see it above there. And we're looking straight east towards the lake. Yeah, the Museum of Contemporary Art. And I think Tuesdays, I don't know how long they're doing it. If you come to Chicago on a Tuesday, like if you're an Illinois resident, you should show them your ID and you get in for free. So you have to be an Illinois resident. But this is a different museum than the Museum of, or the Art Institute of Chicago. And they got these great sculptures out here, and some of these exhibits change. And you see how that's some of Northwestern University has like a law center down here, and along with the hospitals. And then they got housing here. And there's the John Hancock, and there's the Ritz-Carlton. And so we'll head back inside here. I have no idea what the security's going to say when they see me try to bring a gimbal through the galleries. We'll find out really quickly if they don't like me filming. But I didn't even ask at the front. See, they're taking pictures. They're taking pictures, which is a good sign. Let's see what the Commons are over here. They got something called the Commons back here, and so let's check it out. Sounds like there's no art this way. Okay, good. So it sounds like there's a dining space. I'm just, my curiosity. I hear people eating down here, and let's just see what this looks like. Am I streaming okay? Like a dining facility. They have a really large coffee stand, and I think they got a restaurant down here. And let's see what else they got down here. This is I haven't been here in a while either, so see how they got a nice dining area over here. And then what's this? Yeah, they got some other seating in there. Okay, good. So we'll but hey, let's see, read the comments here. Yeah, the docents, yeah, I know they might. So this is an experiment in progress. If they ask me to leave, we'll just leave. At least we made it this far, and I didn't pay any money. You know how cheap I am. I'm always searching for the freest path forward. We want to be free. But yeah, I like these lights with the plants. Those are nice. So you see how there's gallery space on either side here. And let's check this out. Yeah, look at this artwork. Look at that. Yeah, it seems like other people are filming, so yeah, good. So I'll just breeze through here. I'm not going to spend much time on explaining the artwork. I'm just giving you an overview so you can understand kind of how this museum works, what's in here. They got all these like theater rooms where you go in there and there'll be like videos. They got, look at all this graphic arts. Yeah, look at this. And they got like little headphones you can put on and listen to interactive displays. Look at these photographs. Puerto Ricans in Chicago. Humboldt Park. This is about the history of Humboldt Park and the murals. We filmed some of the murals there in Humboldt Park. They got some flags on the ceiling. Look at that flag. Wow. No, I know. I'm joking, Tara. I'm joking. We got to fight inflation. You see the stock market went like way up today because they said the inflation numbers look really good now all of a sudden. And I'm just like, yeah, we'll see if the government shuts down. Good luck with that. Speaking of which, look, is this the old Supreme Court justice? Yeah, this is one of the from 1989. This was like the Supreme Court justices in 1989. See, they got some video screens and yeah, look at this. Hey, so far so good. See, here's the main entry here. We'll check out this other wing. Yeah. So if you just joined, we're in the Museum of Contemporary Art here in Chicago. It's in the northern end of Streeterville, not too far from Water Tower Place and John Hancock. It's like 2 blocks east of Michigan Avenue on Chicago Avenue. And I'm just quickly cruising through the exhibits here to give you an overview if you want to check this out. Like I said, if you're an Illinois resident, it's free on Tuesdays. That's how I got in here. Show them your ID. And I'll just give you a brief overview of the artwork in here. I'm not going to spend any time on the artists, which I really appreciate their work here. This is great stuff. Hey, Cole, thanks for tuning in. Cole, thanks for tuning in to YouTube. I appreciate it. This is what we do. So we took a little walk through Streeterville. How are we doing on time? 12:37. Okay, well, let's see if we can get up to the 3rd floor real quick. I just want to see what's up on the 3rd floor while we're here, and then we'll go back out to the street and head back south. Because it's such a beautiful day, and we can check out some of the sites in Streeterville on the way back. I might head back a different way. And thanks for staying on here. Is there anything? Here's the MCA store. There's the gift shop. I'll show you the gift shop here at the Museum of Contemporary Art here in Chicago. We won't. I'll just peek in the door. I'm not going to spend much time in here. You can come here. I think you can go to this store without even going into the museum if you're buying skateboards or books. They have a wonderful collection of books and artwork that you can buy. Even like, look, you can buy the Campbell soup pans for your window there. Look at that. Get some. Let's see. Let's look at the hours. Let's look at the hours. That's a good question, Chris. So, yeah, for the sake of time, I'm going to forego the 3rd floor. Here, let's check out the hours here. Let's see. Is it on the door here? Let's see. Oh, excuse me. Where were the hours posted? Where are the hours posted for the museum? The hours. Yeah. 9 on Tuesdays. How about the other days? 10 to 5. Thank you. 10 to 5. Closed on Mondays. Okay, 10 to 5, and they're open to 9 on Tuesdays, Chris. So Tuesdays they're open till 9. That's what the front desk said. And rest of the time it's 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. But I think they're closed on Mondays. So you can go online, like we always talk about. All this information, if you just go to the Museum of Contemporary Art, their hours are posted there on the webpage. And it's a good question. And yeah, go to the gift shop with the credit card. I mean, yeah, I would go to town too. They got so many good books and art doodads. And all these museums have such great gift shops for the holidays. If you're looking for something, you know, and thanks for coming along with me. I just wanted to, since it was a free day, we could do a brief overview of the Museum of Contemporary Art. Look at some of the Faith Ringgold American People. That's some of the stuff we saw in there. They had a different display before this. It was called Public Enemies, and I think that already moved on, and so we missed the Public Enemies display. But then this is the Museum of Contemporary Art. Look, there's the Children's Hospital. We just went in and saw the elephant, or the whale. Whales. Hey, how's it going, Tim? How you doing? Yeah, you jogging? That's great. Yeah, that's great. That's awesome. Yeah, and yeah, I love the doodads. So what I'll do is, you know, we'll leave the one Chicago TARDIS. We'll follow. I know that guy, and isn't it amazing how Chicago, as large as it is, you run across the same people just like you live in a little town, you know. And he's just jogging on his lunch break. So here, what we're going to do is I'll head back down into Streeterville. We'll reverse this whole process. We'll head, let me run to get across the street here. We got 6 seconds. We'll get across before this car makes a left here. And we'll head right back down. We'll go past the Streeter statue, and we'll get the nice view to the Furniture Mart. And there should be a really great view into the skyline when we head back this way. We'll go one block over here and see how you can, there's all this drop-off zone for the hospitals. There's a nice running track over there, and you can connect. There's an underground pedestrian underpass under DuSable Lakeshore Drive that gets you to the lakefront. But it's you know, it's pretty concrete over there. Besides that park, there is a community center over there. That building, that red brick building, is a community center, and there's a fire station right there. The fire station is interesting because it's in the same style as the pump house for the water tower. And there's the Prentice Women's Hospital. This, every time I say the Women's Hospital, it's the Prentice Women's Hospital. So there's the Children's Hospital, and then there's the Women's Hospital, and this is equally as large, like 20 stories tall. Northwestern campus information. We are here. The Prentice Women's Hospital, the Lurie's Children's Hospital, all this Northwestern stuff. These are all Northwestern hospitals, and then Northwestern has a bunch of campuses here. You know, college. That's what this is. It almost looks like the college campus there. And we'll walk here down. This is Fairbanks. Fairbanks is interesting because Fairbanks becomes Columbus. It becomes Columbus when it's the same street, but it changes names. Like mid-block, you know. And yeah, they had women's hospitals for expectant mothers. I don't know if you remember, this is the Prentice Women's Hospital here in Chicago at Fairbanks and Chicago Avenue. There used to be, they tore it down. It was controversial. They tore it down. It was a mid-century modern. It was designed by Bertrand Goldberg, the same guy that designed the Marina Towers. It was like the neonatal care center for like mothers and preemies and stuff like that. And it was very interesting. It was like these oval shapes, and it was kind of stuck in the sky, just like most of his work. And a lot of architectural preservationists were very saddened by us losing that building because it was a mid-century modern and it wasn't protected. because it wasn't old enough. And, you know, they built newer stuff like that, and we lost that building. And if you look online, you can see what that building looks like. And I hope I'm correct. Maybe it was, I think it was Bertrand Goldberg, maybe it was somebody else, but it was a mid-century modern. And here, let me cross the street here real quick. We're at Fairbanks and Superior. Yeah, look it up. I think it was called the Neonatal Center. Is that what they called it? I don't know. I'm speaking off the top of my head. I could probably look it up on my other phone, but I'm walking and talking, so we'll save it for the end notes. Hey, thanks everybody for staying on for the little YouTube lunch walk. And such a beautiful day. Again, see, look, she's got her jacket off. It's about pushing 60 degrees. When you head in this area, you see a lot of people with the blue scrubs on, doctors and nurses. And in the mornings, you can see the shift change. And people go over to Michigan Avenue and catch the transit from working at these hospitals. And this is the view I wanted to come over this way. Look at this view. I call that the Furniture Mart. I know it's called something else. And they got this land bank where this tall grass prairie, this whole, it's almost 2 blocks long and 1 block wide. Streeterville has really long east-west blocks, as people know. And they got it in this naturalistic tall grass prairie. Look at this. Somebody threw a scooter in the trash can. Get a screenshot of that. Yeah. This is modern art right here. There's your scooter. That's where all the scooters are ending up in the trash or in the lake. But you see that? Look at that. Look at that. And you see this building here. That's a significant building because the X's mirror the X's in the John Hancock, but that's a concrete building. That's concrete reinforced structure. It's not steel. And they also, because it's near the lake, they did that for wind shear, I think, but I'm not for sure. So here we'll head south on Fairbanks here. We got 12:46 in the PM. And thanks for tuning in. You checked out the Museum of Contemporary Art. If you missed it, you'll see it in the live rerun there, and we didn't stay long. I was amazed I was able to film in there, so I didn't want to push the limits further than I already did there. Here we're at Erie and Fairbanks, but look at that view to that building there. You know, just how it matches the blue of the sky there. And as we wait for the light to change here, I'll give you another view of it here. But okay, we got the light here. We see how much the hospitals dominate this whole area. This is Northwestern Medicine right there. There's plenty of parking garages. Look how large that building is. It's almost like 2 blocks long, 10 stories tall. These giant institutions here in Streeterville that make up this whole area. And there's a multi-city exposition. $22. Thanks for the information. So it's $22. Is that to get into the Museum of Contemporary Art? You see why I went on the Tuesday. If you're an Illinois resident, yeah. There's Timothy O'Toole's. So let's check out Timothy O'Toole's since we're here. Maybe I'll just take a peek inside. You know how I went to the true vintage 1920 Chicago Speakeasy on Orleans there, the Green Door. We had that TikTok on the Green Door was pretty popular. And then someone in the comments, they were like, check out Timothy O'Toole's. Here's Timothy O'Toole's. And I don't know how long it's been here. This building is one of the older buildings in Streeterville, which there aren't many old buildings in Streeterville because Streeterville is a relatively new neighborhood compared to the other areas of the city, because the lake used to come up here, and that's where Streeter ran his boat aground. And once we get the light here, we'll check out Timothy O'Toole's here. And I don't even, is it even open? Let's see if it's open here. They got Timothy O'Toole's. It's at Timothy O'Toole's. It's on Ontario and Fairbanks here. Man versus food. Let's just take a peek in here and see what's... Nope, it's closed. It's not open yet. It must open since 1992. It's a sports bar. Let's see if we can get the hours here. Family owned. It says lunch and dinner, but it must not be open on Tuesdays. And so I'll look into that. Let me check the door again. I don't even see the hours posted. Maybe it's not even open anymore. Maybe that's why somebody said check out Timothy O'Toole's. Does anybody know if Timothy O'Toole's is still open or not? Yeah. Yeah, Brandon might be working today. You know, I think we saw him yesterday because it might have been one of his days off because he works a hospital schedule. But yeah, someday I want to get... Brandon has been so kind. His building has an amazing rooftop view, and hopefully someday he'll be so kind to maybe get me up there. He's offered before. Just I was somewhere else when he and if we could get up to his roof deck, it would be a spectacular view. And the same as with Darren Monroe, but that was so nice. I saw last night on the live. I was again honored that Jeremy, I got his name right this time, was in on the live, and he's like, "What's the best view of Chicago?" Of course, the view from Eugenie Terrace, where we met Jen up there, and then You Should Eat. She was on the live last night. It was so nice. Friends and neighbors that we met on this platform. That's why this has value. And same with Brandon. And it has led to us all meeting in real life. Imagine that. That's a Hellman Jan building right there. And that's one of his later buildings. There's Brian Urlacher. You know you're in Chicago when you see a Brian Urlacher hair restoration billboard. We always joke about that. But this is kind of what Streeterville is. I think the statue to Streeter is that way. So maybe let me run across the street here. At what time we got? We got 12:50. Let's see if we can rush over here and film the Streeterville statue. Since we're in Streeterville, it'll go with this whole segment, and we'll walk by this very modernist international style building here. It looks kind of rusty. We'll head over here. There's a Yolk restaurant over here. See how the long blocks of Streeterville, and look how that's like a 50-story condo building. That's one of the ones you can see by DuSable Lakeshore Drive. And here's like a 40-story condo tower that they built in the 2000s. And this is the back side of the bowling alley and the movie theater place on Illinois. But I think we're on is this Illinois? This might be Illinois that we're on now here. I always get my streets confused when I'm down this area. Here's D4. There's an Irish pub right here called D4. I've been to this before. Oh yeah, I've been exploring off camera for 25 years. You know, I've been walking around the city for 25 years. And, you know, sometimes I do stumble and discover things live that I just like, what's that? I didn't even know that was there. You know, I've seen this. This is this little drop-off zone in between buildings. But yeah, I explore stuff. I've been live streaming a lot lately because becomes an obsession. I did take some time off on the weekend, which was nice, but yeah, it's a good question. Look, Smokey the Bear, only you can prevent forest fires, yeah. But here's the backside of Yolk, and the reason I came over this way, there's a statue to Streeter, and then I'll tell you the whole story about Streeter. I'm sure you've heard it before. In the late 1800s, like 1880s, before the World's Columbian Exposition, this gentleman named Streeter, he owned a Laker, a boat that would ferry freight traffic on the Great Lakes. And the late 1800s, he ran it aground, and right over here, like right around this part, and claimed he couldn't move the boat anymore, so he lived on the boat and became a gambling center and like a vice district. A shanty town grew up around it because it wasn't on the plat maps for the city of Chicago, because it was new land where the silt started to fill up around Lake Michigan and became Streeterville. This all used to be part of the lake. And then he fought with the developers like Fairbanks in the court battles. And amazingly, during the World's Columbia Exposition, his boat magically was able to sail again, and he would ferry people from downtown to the World's Columbia Exposition. And then after the World's Columbia Exposition was over, his boat magically ran aground again, and he couldn't move it, and he lived there for like another 10-20 years until they kicked him out or he died. So here's Captain George Streeter. There he is, the eccentric resident who gave Streeterville his name. There you go. And there he is with his dog. So you can look him up on, there's a whole Wikipedia article about it. So Timmy O'Toole's opens 3 p.m. 3 to 2. Thank you. Good. So we'll check out Timmy O'Toole sometime in the evening. Thanks for that. Thanks for looking at that good information. I appreciate it. I was looking all over. They didn't have it posted. So here, let's head down this way. And there's a spectacular view to Jeannie Gang's St. Regis Tower right there. And so we'll cross the street and I'll give you that here. So yeah, that's why that boathouse at North Avenue Beach, you are correct. That boathouse at North Avenue Beach is modeled loosely after Streeterville's boat. That's why it looks like a steamer, like an old Laker. And that's why they use it at North Avenue Beach. Just like, you know, it used to be ran aground here, and isn't that a perfect boathouse? And you know, you can see Streeterville from North Avenue Beach. Here's a foxtrot. There's foxtrots all over the city. There, we'll cross the street because nobody's coming. See Navy Pier's right down there. We walk over there sometimes. We'll walk straight up this way. We'll start angling back here. We'll go past. There's a Target over here. Hey, the West Loop Veterinary Care, Streeterville. The Lunch Bunch. Lisa, thanks for tuning in. Yeah, we went to the Museum of Contemporary Art. You can check it out in the live reruns. And I didn't spend much time in there. It was a free day, so I didn't waste any money. And I just kind of gave everybody an overview. And so we're walking back through Streeterville. Thanks for tuning in. And did I miss anybody else here? Yeah, thanks for the website. That's good. And yeah, we tried to get into Timmy O'Toole's, but it doesn't open until 3. It's probably the best bar in Streeterville. And there's a Target here. It's in this really long warehouse building where it goes by the Ogden Slip. You know, I've taken you down the Ogden Slip several times, so we'll skip it today. I got to head back to work here, and I'm on a little later because I started. Hey, let's check out this car. Look at this classic car here. Hold on a second here. I think people will enjoy this, and we'll get out of the glare of the sunlight here. We'll get you a closer view of this classic car. I'll get you the make and model. Can anybody guess what type of car that is? Here, we'll cross the street here. We'll get in the shadow. There's the St. Regis Jeannie Gangs right here. What is this? This is a Ford. This is a Ford. Look at this Ford convertible parked on the street here. What year is this? This is a Crestline Ford. Let me make sure I'm panned out all the way here. Hold on a second. Yeah, I guess I am panned out all the way, am I? Yeah, nice classic car here. This old Ford. Look at the hood ornament. It's a plane. It looks like a SR-71 Blackbird or something. That's a nice hood ornament. Look at the front there. Nice classic car here. This old Ford Crestline parked on the side of the road here. Red, well maintained. So here let's head this way. I haven't walked down this street for a while. Let's see if we can connect back with Michigan Avenue this way. Let's go down. This is Illinois. So this is Illinois. Yeah, we'll go past the bowling alley. We can head right up to Pioneer Plaza this way. I'd rather go this way. There's more to look at. Hey, thanks, Wes. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, here's the Uncork It liquor store. There's a gift shop over here, Souvenir City. The stuff that in the summertime, a lot of people walk this way to get to Navy Pier, and that's why they got the Souvenir City over here. They got the AMC Theater. They got a bowling alley. And there's like a video game arcade up there, I think. Hey, there's the Bean. We saw the Bean this morning. We saw the Bean 2 days in a row. So I posted that footage on TikTok in case you missed the stream this morning. There's looking south towards Lakeshore East. There's the top of the St. Regis. We're walking west on Illinois, and we're heading back to Michigan Avenue. I'm gonna head back to work. Oh, that looks nice. Yeah, Paris baguette. I think that's just filling the empty storefront. It's not what's there. Yeah, let's see. River North, and Streeterville are both good places to live. It's a relatively expensive housing area because it's dense urban housing. I mean, you're really in the city. It would be a great place to live if you don't need a car, and plenty of transit. You're close to the loop, and they're pretty much comparable in price range. They're pretty expensive. And ask Brandon would be an excellent person to ask about that, because Brandon moved here and lives in Streeterville. Darren Monroe lives in Streeterville, and he's been here for a long time. I think Vic Cohen lives in this area in River North too. I'm not for sure, and he seems to really love it. You can, easily walk to the Riverwalk from your house, and this is mainly a residential area, both Lakeshore East and River North and Streeterville are all residential areas. And yeah, take the afternoon off. $18.50 for a one bedroom. Thanks for the good information. Yeah, and like I said, if you go to Zillow or apartments.com, they can help you out better than me. I'm doing this on the fly. It's hard for me to do two things at once sometimes, You pay for the convenience. Yeah, location. It would be like in New York City if you lived in the Upper East Side or the Upper West Side. Upper West Side's a little bit less expensive than the Upper East Side. Upper East Side's like the Gold Coast, or more expensive than the Gold Coast. But you're right downtown here, and if you like urban living, you can have a balcony, and you're close to the lake, close to parks, close to transit. It's easy to get to the airport. You just hop on the Blue Line or the Orange Line. You need to get to Midway or O'Hare. See, like me, I like living in Lincoln Park because I like living near the zoo and the lakefront, because Lincoln Park's such a large park there, and it's so walkable, those nice tree-lined streets. But if I want to go to the airport, I got to go downtown and then go over if I take transit. So that's the advantage of living downtown. You don't have to transfer. You can just hop on one line and it'll take you right there. So here, we'll head back to the we'll get nice vistas into the Tribune and the Wrigley we're traveling from east to west here. Reverse the whole process. What time we got? 1:01. And oh yeah, the areas west of downtown, that's called the West Loop, and they also call it the Fulton Market District. And it's amazing the amount of housing that's being built. Those apartments are actually more expensive. Fulton Market, for some reason, they're able to charge higher luxury rental rates than even this area, which it's shocking to me, because to me, you're further away from the lake there. There is good transit, but again, you have to transfer. You have to go downtown if you want to transfer to the Blue or Orange Line, because only the pink and green lines go out, and the Blue Line goes out that way. Well, you could take the Blue Line, I guess the Blue Line, but they're working on the Blue Line by the Rush Medical Center there now. Yeah, they remodeled a lot of that's been going on since the 90s. They've been remodeling the warehouses and hanging those balconies on them. Look at this view. I want to get this view. That's looking across the river to Lakeshore East. There's the Glacier Center in the foreground. This is the NBC Tower. And that's the area we left here in Streeterville, where the Streeterville statue was. And then we got this nice vista. We'll walk right into the Wrigley building there. Hey, 47 people. Thanks for tuning in. Welcome to YouTube. Welcome to Chicago. Yeah, if you missed it earlier in the live, we went up to the Museum of Contemporary Art there, and we just cruised through really quickly. I gave you a brief overview. I didn't spend much time in there. I didn't pay to go in. It's a free day on Tuesdays. And we looked up the price. If you don't go, I think it's like 22 bucks. But they were supposed to build a super tall building here behind the Tribune, but I think it's indefinitely on hiatus here, because I guess they're waiting to see what the housing market does, especially with all the planned residential they're expecting to build in the 78 in the South Loop and the Lincoln Yards development projects. But hey, we'll go by the Museum of Ice Cream and we'll head right into Pioneer Plaza, past the Christmas tree that they turned the lights back off. I guess they're going to wait till Saturday night to do the official grand lighting, and I guess that's probably what they're going to do with the Millennium Park tree too. Yeah, free's always good. Free's the best. That's why, just with a little research, if you go online, any of the museums, see when they have a free day. If you're an Illinois resident, you just show them your ID. They let you right in. And yeah, look at the sun. Bright sunshine day. It feels like it's 60 degrees. It feels really nice in the sun. But as soon as the sun goes down, the temperature drops. We went down into the upper 30s, even by the lake this morning. So winter's coming. But hey, we're not going to think about that today. We'll head down here past the people soaking in the sun, getting their vitamin D. Yeah, see you at 5. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Yeah, we'll start wrapping this up. And isn't it nice that we got an option? We also, we're TikTok. It's so overwhelming when we get so many people in the chat, and I'm very humbled that we were able to get so many people in the chat this morning. But then, like Sarah was trying to pin stuff to the top, and dummy me, I wasn't even understand. I think like Kenny was on, and I was supposed to give a shout out to Kenny, and I missed it, and I apologize to Kenny for that. But then there's all these protocols and stuff, and I appreciate he was tuning in. There was some other live streamer that was tuning in that was important, and I appreciate that. And sometimes I miss things, you know how I am. But thanks for cutting me some slack. Thanks everybody for good comments and attention. And so we'll head right across the Michigan Avenue Bridge, as we always do, but it's nice to see it in landscape from this perspective, isn't it? We can get the whole skyline in. And yeah, have a great rest of the workday. Thanks for tuning in. Crystal Blue Funk, Beast Lisa. Yeah, you're the graduate level. This is the graduate level course. Yeah, we don't have to keep saying things over and over again. That's I appreciate that. And yeah, we'll cross the river once again. We'll get you another vista here. And the flags are looking nice. Here, we'll look this way. We can get more of the... There we go. We can get the... Look at that. But I'm looking forward to Thanksgiving. I'm going to take the whole week of Thanksgiving off. And I don't know how intermittent my live streaming will be at my father's house. But that's why I'm trying to get as much stuff in this week, and then the build up to Saturday night, which is going to be the big lighting of the lights here on Michigan Avenue. And then I'll start winding it down for the Thanksgiving week. I don't think a lot of people will be tuning in anyway that week. And then we'll come back in full force for the Christmas lights through the first half of December. And we'll see how that goes. Thanks, Tara. So I'll wrap it up here. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I'll spin around here and end it with, I'll get you the nice view of the Tribune and Wrigley building here on YouTube and landscape. Thanks for tuning in for our little walk here to the Museum of Contemporary Art in Streeterville. We went up St. Clair and saw the Streeterville statue. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Have a great Tuesday. Thanks for understanding. Yeah, I appreciate it. And have a great day, everybody from Chicago. And we'll talk to you tonight. All right, thanks a lot. Have a great day, everybody. See you, Lisa. See you, Wes. See you, Crystal Blue Funk, and Chris and Tara. And I'll talk to you later. Everybody else too. Thanks a lot.